All right, so for question number 9, it says a model airplane travels at 50 meters, or travels 50 meters at a speed of 5.2 meters per second. The airplane then travels an additional unknown distance at a speed of 15 meters per second. The total time is 54 seconds for the entire flight. Okay, what is the unknown distance that the plane flies? So this is an interesting one. So we got to do a couple of things. What's the first thing we do for a physics problem? Yeah, we got to draw an airplane. So this is my my best attempt. I'm gonna make it like one of those old school planes with the little wheel like this. It's a perfectly drawn airplane. And then this is the wing over here, and it's moving. All right. So it travels 50 meters at a speed of 5.2. So from here to here is 50 meters. And the time it takes to do that, and we'll call that T1, is, or no, not T1. We don't know the time yet. Oh. But we do know the velocity. Velocity 1 is 5.2 meters per second. Then instantaneously, out of nowhere, it travels some more this way at a new velocity of 15 meters per second. Again, we don't know the time. And, to make matters worse, we don't know the distance. So we'll call this delta x2. But we do know that delta x1 is 50 meters. Okay. And we also know that T1 plus T2 equals 54 seconds, right? All right, so remember that the relationship is that the distance that you travel is just equal to the velocity times the time. So if I apply that to the first leg of this trip, I can figure out what the time is, right? So let's plug in the numbers. The distance was 50 meters at 5.2 meters per second times time. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5.2. Okay. And meters per second. Remember that the meters cancel out and then the seconds gets tossed up on the top. So I'm going to say 50, and since we're going to use Desmos on the test, let's figure out how to plug that into Desmos. Scientific. So on Desmos, I'm just going to say 50 divided by 5.2. Maybe I'll make this a little bigger so you guys can see it. And it looks to be about 9 point, what do you guys want to say, 9.62 seconds? All right. So we're going to say 9.62 seconds. So we plug that in up here, 9.62 seconds plus T2 equals 54 seconds. We're going to subtract the, this is an S, by the way, 9.62 seconds. And I get the time for the second leg of the trip is whatever that is. So let's plug that in our handy dandy calculator. Hit enter. We're going to say 54 minus 9.62 So I got about 44.38 seconds. Oh man, that thing's really hauling. 44.38. Whoops. 44.38. Is that what that was? Yeah. Okay. All right. So now that we know that this is 44.38. I can find the, remember that our distance is just the velocity times time. So if I say 44.38 seconds times 15 meters per second, remember that the seconds will cancel and I'm left with an answer in meters. Let me move my face. And let's do that. Multiply that in the calculator. See what we get. Answer. Shoot. Gotta type it in, I guess. Clear. Answer times 15. Oops. Don't want that. So it's about, if I round that up, isn't that, I don't know if I like that. So if I round that up, it's approximately 666 meters. Okay? Any questions? Does that make sense? Okay. Good.